Assalamu alaikum and Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Good afternoon, everyone. So, welcome to the launch of the edited volume for the books Islamic Finance and Sustainability. First of all, thank you very much for all the participants for taking your time to join, especially from Japan, Australia, Malaysia, Thailand, Indonesia, and around the world. Alhamdulillah. Thank you very much. So, without further delay, I would like to call Professor Farhad to give welcoming remarks about the launch of these books. Our book title is Islamic Finance and Sustainability, a Research Companion. Okay, Prof. Farhad, the floor is yours. Yeah.
Thank you very much. Assalamu alaikum. Thank you, Professor Hassanuddin, distinguished guests, colleagues, and friends. It is my great pleasure to welcome you to the launch of the Islamic Finance and Sustainability, a research companion. This important volume that we are going to launch it today arrives at a critical time when the need for ethical and sustainable financial system has never been greater. At the heart of this book is a powerful message. Sustainability is not an external addition to Islamic finance. It is embedded in its very foundations. Islamic teachings emphasize balance, social justice, and responsibility toward the environment. These principles naturally align with the goal of sustainability and provide a strong ethical basis for addressing today's environmental and climate challenges. The book brings together a wide range of research and perspective, showcasing how Islamic financial tools, including green Sukuk, sustainable investment practices, and fintech innovations, can align with both Sharia principles and modern environmental needs. It also highlights the growing role of Islamic finance in bridging the global green financing gap, particularly in developing and emerging markets. On behalf of the editors, I'm grateful to the contributors and also to the publisher. I'm sure that it will serve as a valuable source for researchers, scholars, policymakers, and practitioners committed to building a more inclusive, ethical, and sustainable financial system. I look forward to our today's discussion and the conversations this book will inspire. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much, Professor Farhad. Okay, so for the, insightful about the books. So, inshallah, now I would like to welcome the Dean of the Kuliah of Economics and Management Science, Professor Gairu Razmi Magdani, to give welcoming remarks as well. Prof. Gairu, the floor is yours, bro.
Okay. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Salam.
So first of all, and greeting of peace to everyone. First of all, I would like to thank all the four authors, okay, and to congratulate all the four editors, and congratulate all the four editors, Dr. Farhad, Dr. Hasanuddin, Tesha, and Dr. Asmi for coming up with this book, Islamic Finance and Sustainability, a research companion. There are a lot of verses in the Quran that can relate to sustainability. In the Surah number 7, Surah Al-Araf, verse 32, Allah say, O children of Adam, take your adornment, okay, at every masjid and eat and drinks, but be not excessive. Indeed, he likes not those who commit excess. And in the same surah, in verse 56, and Allah say, and cause not corruption upon the earth after its reformations, and invoke him in fear of aspirations. Indeed, the mercy of Allah is near the doers of good. Okay, so the verses is talking about we should not be excessive. Okay, we should not corrupt the earth. Okay, we should be balanced. Okay, when we are talking not just our environment, but when we are talking about when we are talking about our life. Okay, um people have been talking about corruption. So you are talking about when you are polluting, in a way you are corrupting the our planet. Okay, we are corrupting our planet Earth. So the question now is how do we make our the world that we are living in to be sustainable? Okay, one of the things uh, that need to be done is for us to finance the uh, projects that will be able to make our world to be sustainable. Okay, and one of the tools that can be used is Islamic finance. Okay, so it's just one of the tools. So um, if we talk about Islamic finance, we also need to remember that we have the bigger perspective of Islamic economics. So I'm sure, okay, the books that these edited volumes, okay, when it talk about Islamic finance, it also talk about uh, the bigger pictures of Islamic economic, and how it will be able to achieve the higher objective of the Sharia. Okay, so we know that Islamic finance is rooted in the principle of the Sharia, and it is uniquely positioned to contribute to for sustainability. So in Malaysia, we talk about the Madani economic frameworks, and one of the thrusts of the Madani economic framework is sustainability. Okay, so hopefully uh, with this book, Islamic Finance and Sustainability, it's not just an academic exercise. It is called for actions to everyone, to make sure, that when we make decisions, one of the things that we look at is sustainability. The thing is that most of the time when we talk about sustainability, people think about just environment. Yeah, but when we talk about the sustainable development goal is more than environment. It's the whole pictures of it's the whole ecosystem. So in classes, when we talk to students, when we come up with policy, we want to look at what is the impact of the policy on the people, okay, the rakyat, if you are talking about from a Malaysian perspective. Okay, what is the impact of the policy on the firms, the economy, okay, another economic agents, what's the impact of the policy to the government. Okay, and we also need to look at what is the impact of the policy on the environment. So when we look at all these economic agents, now the environment in a way we can also say that the environment is part of the economic agent. So hopefully, with this book, it's going to contribute to uh, the global sustainability. So again, I would like to congratulate the four editors and all the authors of the chapters in this book. So sustainability is not just a global agenda, it is a moral imperative, and Islamic finance grounded in ethics and equity can and must lead by example. Okay, so Islamic finance should lead to sustainability. Okay, so with that, thank you, and Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Walaikum salam, Prof. Gairu. Okay, so now let us go to the second agenda. Second agenda is the selected chapter contributors given the opportunity to present their chapters. Okay, there are three chapter contributors here. We have approximately 20 chapter contributors, but for the launch of this book, we only pick three presenters. No? Okay. And presentation one will be done by Professor Anwar from University Science Malaysia. And presentation two will be done by Professor Shahimi from University Kebangsaan Malaysia, UKM. And the last one is Professor Khairun Nisa Musari from Indonesia, UIN Sunan Kalijaga. Okay, so now without further delay, you are given about approximately 10 minutes or less than that. I leave it to your creativity. So you can talk about your chapter. Prof. Anwar, the floor is yours.
All right. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Very good afternoon, everyone. So now in Malaysia, it's afternoon. First of all, I would like to thank you to the Prof. Hasanuddin and also the rest of the editor, Prof. Farhad, Prof. Isha, and also Prof. Asmi for giving me an opportunity to include one of my articles into this edited chapter in book. So I've been given about 10 minutes to share a brief research about my research topic. So let me just ask, can you see my slide, Dr. Hassan?
It's loading. It's loading.
It's loading, yeah?
Yeah. Yet to come out, Dr. Anwar?
Not yet.
Yes.
How about now?
No.
Can you view the slide?
No.
All right. I'm still new to the, what do you call it?
Maybe full screen, Dr. Anwar?
I think it's already full screen.
Maybe can, yes,
Now okay.
All right. Thank you very much, Dr. Hassan. All right. So basically the topics that we and my team that conducted a research is related to the factors influencing Islamic bank product purchases. So this is one of the topic that basically we look how, as we know that we are in Malaysia, the idea that derived towards this topic that most of the product which is being packaged or which is being in the service of the Islamic bank is being packaged in the using the Islamic term. All right. So beside that, we also know that those who are from the Islamic finance, those who are in Arab's background, they may have a better understanding about the terminology which is being used as a term to package the instrument. So in this study, basically we look in terms of the what are the things that basically influence the purchase of the Islamic bank product. And we tested the using theory of planned behavior, and we use whether the Arabic terms moderate the what they call it, the customer to take the Islamic product. So the term moderation here is just to see whether it is strengthened or weakened or there is no relationship. So I will discuss in detail later from the result. So the research objective, number one, to investigate the relationship between the theory of planned behavior factors with the purchase intention to the what do you call it, Muslim customer towards the what do you call it, Islamic product. Number two, the objective is to see the moderating effect of the Arabic terms on the relationship which is being tested in this study. So as we know that the Islamic banking industry is not something that new in today's world. So it's already been getting started earlier in 1980s in Malaysia and over the world globally. Then we can see is that this product is getting highly demanded, especially for the Muslim when we have the alternative to the conventional banks. So therefore, I would say is that this industry always been given high emphasization in terms of their trustworthiness, in terms of their positive image, as well as the what they call it, market growth. All right. So all these factors is basically is giving an indicator how this industry is being growing from the when it started and how it's going to be so-called that competing with the conventional what they call it, banks. So when I said earlier TPB, theory of planned behavior, so this is the so-called that the variables is being tested. So under the TPB, we do have attitude, we do have subjective norm and perceived behavioral control. And also the moderating variable which is being introduced in this study is known as Arabic term. And all these independent variable is basically is going to be tested with the intention of the consumer to take the, the Islamic products in the Islamic bank. So the methodology that we use in this study basically is based on the self-administrated questionnaire, and we distributed through via emails as well as social media. And from the questionnaire, we get about 258 Islamic bank client in Malaysia, and the sampling technique has been stated there is a convenient sampling techniques. So once the data which is being collected, then we analyze the data by using Smart PLS and SPSS. So this is some of the demographic background of the respondent, those who are from outside Malaysia. Malaysia has been well known with the multi-ethnicity or multiracial in the society. So from the so-called that the respondent, we find that the majority of the respondent that participated in the study is comprised of the Malays, then followed by the Chinese, others, and Indians. And Chinese and others is almost there. Then in terms of the other demographic background, we have about mostly females that participated in this study. And in terms of the religion, of course, is Islam, the one majority participated in the study. Then beside that, in terms of the education background, we do have the bachelor degree. Then majority of them are married, and also they are working in the public sector. All right. So for your information, in Malaysia, that the Islamic product is not only for the Islam. So other religion people also can subscribe to the Islamic product. All right. But it depends how does the banking operation package this product to ensure that the client may understand about the terminology such as mudarabah, musyarakah, which has always been used to package the product. But at the end of the day, we wanted to see whether that terminology do have effect in terms of the intention of this client to purchase. All right. So the next slide will be the findings. So we find that most of the independent variable which has been tested in the study found to be significant. However, the Arabic term is being used as a moderator found to be not significant, means that the term is being used in this industry did not have to strengthen or the weaken the relationship of the customer to choose the Islamic product. So in that sense, that in this study, we are just exploring whether the Arabic terminology, which is being used as a moderator, do have the effect towards the intention of the client. So the conclusion, I find that this study is significantly contribute to the literature on purchasing Islamic banking product, and also confirming the theory of planned behavior, independent variable that influence toward the consumer to purchase the Islamic product. And it also confirmed that the Arabic terminology does not moderate this relationship, which it is also contribute towards the financial literacy. Then in terms of the theoretical contribution, this study basically broadened the TPB use in the context of Islamic finance. In terms of the practical contribution, this study basically emphasizes the needs for the Islamic bank to address financial literacy barriers beyond the language factor. And last but not least, for the future research, explore more international and Islamic and conventional banking and efficiency strategies, and also potential for future client. So I think this is the so-called the gist of my article with my colleagues, and I hope that the readers will get more detailed information from the articles when they have chance to buy this book. And with that, I would like to give back the session to the chair, Prof. Hasanuddin. Thank you very much for the opportunity to give me to share about my research, and looking forward for more collaboration in the future. Thank you very much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Walaikum salam, Professor Anwar. Yeah, thanks. You complete the presentation within 9 minutes on time. Yeah. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. Okay, so now let's move to the second presentation by Professor Shahidah Shamimi. I think you can start. So, Prof, floor is yours. You are muted, Prof.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Very good afternoon. Thank you, Mr. Moderator. I'm trying to share my slide. Is it not in full slideshow?
It's coming up. Yeah. Yes. Can view.
Okay. It's because of the internet connection, it's quite light on my side. Okay. Distinguished professors, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for the opportunity being the select. Me and my colleague, my co-author, Madam Siti Aisyah, pleased to share our basically this chapter is chapter 4 in the part 1 of the book entitled Principles of Sustainability in Islamic Finance. I congratulate all the editors, the chapter contributors, and also Routledge for the opportunity to make this important book on sustainability from Islamic perspective, mainstream, can be purchased by all interested parties. So let's move to the overview of this chapter. Basically, I'm just giving some insights on what the chapter is all about. It is about principles of sustainability, how it depart from the, if we can call a conventional sustainability, so let it be. Basically, we know that it is based on Sharia. We cannot tolerate on that sense. So prohibitions of riba, ghara, and maisir is the backbone of what we know as sustainability in Islamic finance. So you may also call it Islamic economics. Okay, so this chapter basically is a combination of my research on VBI, value-based intermediation, ethical banking, as well as ESG. So most of the research is conventional in nature, but when I dwell with VBI, of course, it's based on Islamic banking, Islamic finance, and also takaful, very much to do with value-based intermediation or value-based banking at the mainstream banking arena. But for Malaysia, we have this specific dedicated value-based nature for the Islamic banking and finance landscape. So coming back to this chapter, it is qualitative in nature, based on document analysis, a review of past literature, thematic analysis, as well as we put some case study in the case of Malaysia, how these principles of sustainability being implemented or applied in the banking landscape. Based on this slide is about ethical conduct, where I just mentioned the backbone is essentially Sharia. And then we start to have an overlap between what we have learned in Islamic economics, Islamic finance, and also what we have been learning in the conventional finance. It is about social responsibility. If we talk it in the lingo of banking and finance, it is all about CSR. And when ESG come into picture, it is been known as the S pillar. We have E, S, and G, and CSR fall under social pillar. And then for the environmental protection, we call also this is a Hifzul Bi'ah, the subset under Hifzul Mal within the Maqasid Sharia. So if we want to interpret this into the ESG lingo, it is the first pillar, which is pillar environmental. So environmental protection, we deal with about discussion about Khalifa, man as Khalifa in this earth. and we are accountable to Allah Subhanahu wa Taala, and everything we do in this earth, we are accountable in that matter. And then also need to secure our behavior, because Muslim behavior must be significantly different from the economic man. You know, we must avoid the israf and whatnot. And we also deal with economic justice. I know if the audience are very well into Islamic economics, this is what we learned during our first degree, Islamic Economics 101. You know, all these principles, it is there already. Just a matter of to collect them back and then present it within the sustainability discussion. Okay, so on the right hand side, you can see that we managed to compile the dimensions between and compare the misalignment. I term that as misalignment between the conventional Islamic finance. So it is the first dimension is about the ethical conduct, and then social responsibility, environmental protection, economic justice. I've just discussed it just now. So we can see the difference. Maybe this is not the comprehensive discussion on the misalignment between the two, but you can always add into the list. And then in terms of driver implementations, religion, faith, you know, Islam is the core value in Islamic finance, where the rest, the conventional finance, it is about profit oriented, but how they tally according to what people understand of modern sustainability or ESG or value-based banking. And with regard to sustainability orientation, we term that is we find that Islamic finance be more holistic and comprehensive in that matter. And in terms of resilience to market change, it is more resilience. In the 2008 financial crisis, a lot of literature had been showing that empirical evidence showing that Islamic finance is more resilience in overcoming or weathering the financial economic shock in that matter. So for the second part of this chapter, it is about sustainable finance instruments in Islamic finance. We can categorize these instruments, whether it is in banking, Islamic banking market, Islamic money market, or even the Islamic capital market. We have what we call SRI, socially responsible investment. SRI is in capital market. It has been there before ESG, you know, before this sustainability thingy being the trend nowadays. So the green banking, etc., fall under SRI, and I think Sukuk had been championing this initiative way before the trend. Okay, and for ESG, I know that we know that sustainability is being the mantra for those European hemisphere, you know, because the rise of sustainability from that part of the world, and that it spread all over the globe now, even in Malaysia. So ESG basically is more technical in that matter. Companies are now moving into more sustainable operations and activities. So we have a lot of scores or indicators to measure how the companies are doing in terms of their ESG score. And for ethical banking, also it rises from the European market, and this is where what we know as value banking now. And for the case of Malaysia, the VBI has been introduced by the Bank Negara Malaysia, the regulator, back in 2007. It is still ongoing. Even though now people talk less on VBI, more into ESG, but VBI and ESG for banks. I have research on banks, bank sustainability practices, Islamic banking also takaful operators ongoing. The bankers said that there's nothing new about the ESG because they have been doing it for so long since Bank Negara introduced the BBI. So this is very important findings and observation that we think that at least in the case of Islamic banking institution and financial institutions in Malaysia, they don't have any problem, portraying sustainability in their operations. There's one case study that we supplied in this chapter is a case study on Maybank Islamic. They have been using this framework for instance, for ethical, they have this halal awareness, ESG risk framework. See, a lot of banks has established their own ESG risk framework and also Shariah-compliant corporate cards. This is because this is very much to do with a specific institution, which is Maybank Islamic. It may differ from other Islamic banks. For the social pillar, Maybank Islamic has rights empowerment, it's more community empowerment, Ramadan relief, scholarships, and also Yayasan Kasih volunteerism. So this is the beginning. I said that banks have been doing the CSR activities, and now they are realign it according to what social pillar of ESG had defined, because they need to report this at the end of the day. And for the environmental, they have this NDPE policy, carbon footprint tracking, green technology financing, safe environment practices. This fall under the pillar E, and also economic, microfinance, SME financing, Islamic wealth management, and also social capacity. So all in all, I can say that for the rest of Islamic banks in Malaysia, the trend are the same in terms of ethical, social, environmental, economics. But they surely do customize their activities according to their own policies, their own motto, and their own values. For specific to Maybank Islamic, the key takeaways in this sustainability journey. They operationalizes VBI principles through real impact on communities, economy, environment. So as I told you before, ESG is nothing less than VBI essentially, because they've been doing this before. Its initiatives span beyond CSR, reflecting a long-term strategy aligned with SRI, ESG, ethical banking, and VBI. When I asked the bankers, they said VBI is sufficient for us to delve into this hype or trend on ESG. So let it be. VBI is sufficient for them. So I need to add in more because it's already there, inclusive. And broader implications, leadership role for Islamic finance in green and inclusive finance in terms of Maybank roles. Supports Malaysia's SDG goals and global commitments like the Paris Agreement. Sustainability is not a side project, it is integrated into the core Islamic banking. So there's nothing so special about it. We as Islamic Bank have been doing that since inception. Okay, this is the second slide, the future, second last slide, the future of sustainable Islamic finance based on the findings of this chapter is that. Okay, yeah, this is the last slide. Emerging trends is that fintech and blockchain for transparency, of course. It is promoting the efficiency, AI for enhanced risk modeling. We have green and blue Sukuk for climate and marine projects, and also social impact measurement, and beyond profit, integrated into the core of Islamic banking, moving beyond mere compliance to a holistic faith integrated model, and of course, based on the ethics, because ethics precede faith. So all in all, come and join us in discovering how Islamic finance leading the way in terms of the sustainability. You can purchase this book online through the website. So with that, I thank moderator. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Prof. Shariah. Okay, so without further delay, I would like to quickly call Prof. Khairunisa. Prof. Khairunisa, I mean, the floor is yours. 10,
Yes.
10 minutes from now lah.
Yes.
Thank you.
Is voice my clear, Dr. Hasanuddin?
Can you can share the slide?
No. I mean, you can hear my voice?
Yes, clear.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I have no slide, and Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good afternoon from Indonesia to editors, contributors, readers, and all participants. Jumu'ah Mubarak, a blessed Friday for us to attend the virtual launch of the edited book, Islamic Finance and Sustainability, a research companion. Thank you for the editors. I have a session also to share about our book chapter in this great event. Alhamdulillah, in this book, I have an opportunity with my sisters, Dr. Maya Pusparahman from ISRA, Inside University, Malaysia, Dr. Nurkan Kilim Atta from Sultan Qaboos University, Oman, and Sister Nun Maiziyah Masyad from Sakarya University, Turkey, to contribute to evaluate green suku in Indonesia and the UAE in this book. And the expected policy implications from this book chapter, and I believe also for all book chapters in this book, inshallah, first, will strengthen the mainstreaming of Islamic economics and finance in financing the fighting of climate change and achieving of SDGs number 13, which calls for urgent action to combat climate change and its impact. And the second, to finance the economy and narrowing the government's dependence on foreign debt, interest-based debt, and interest-based securities. And the last, inshallah, this book chapter and also all book chapters will encourage the government in emerging countries, particularly in Muslim majority countries, to seek alternative source of development financing by principles of Islamic sustainable finance toward Islamic fiscal sustainability. And our chapter evaluates the commitment and progress undertaken by two prominent Muslim countries, Indonesia and the UAE, on using green sukuk as the sustainable source of financing the future. This evaluation is essential in consideration that Indonesia issued the world's first sovereign green sukuk, and UAE, albeit new to the green sukuk market, has issued several notable issuance within the last few years. Among the GCC region, UAE was also the first to establish a framework for federal bond and sukuk issuance to help develop its primary and secondary financial markets. Therefore, through a literature review by gathering data from different sources, mainly from the official publications, reports, and websites of the respective countries, our chapter features strategies undertaken towards achieving a green economy, outlines the exclusive role of the green sukuk and how well it has been progressing thus far. Through comparative comparative study of Indonesia and UAE, the initial development, law and regulations, and issuance of green sukuk, this review updates readers on their journey towards a stable future. And the remaining part of the chapter is organized into 5 sections. The first section presents the efforts undertaken by Indonesia and the UAE towards achieving a green economy. The principle of Islamic sustainable finance is presented also in the second section, while section 3 explores the law and regulations covering sukuk in Indonesia and the UAE. The subsequent section describes the development and progress of the green sukuk as the financing instrument to achieve Islamic sustainable finance, with the last section concludes the entire chapter and provides policy recommendations. I return back to the time for the moderator.
Okay, thank you very much, Prof. Kairunisa. Okay, so I mean, thank you very much to the 3 chapter contributors. So now I would like to take this discussion to the next agenda, which is the key highlights. Key highlights of the books by the editors. So inshallah, I will start with to give some highlights, and then followed by Dr. Asmi, and finally Prof. Ishapati. Okay, so basically, when we talk about this book, first I talked to the Prof. Farhad. Prof. Farhad, how can we design this title of the books? So, and then Prof. Farhad advised, instead of focus on the product side, why not we go beyond the product side? So that's where, we talk about the element of sustainability. That's where we get the motivations. Why not we look at the how Islamic finance can bridge the gap, especially in the sustainability field, because this part is actually, what we call that. We know that Islamic finance can play the greater role, okay, in promoting the sustainable development. So basically, and then we also understand that this topic, the sustainability parts, will bridge the gap between ethical finance and the global sustainability agenda. So that's where the book's motivation appear. Okay. And then if you look at these books, right, is basically starts from the importance premise. While Islamic finance is widely recognized for its adherence to the Sharia compliance, but it also has an immense potential to contribute to sustainability. That area is not fully explored. So we believe that this book will definitely explore more about the sustainability by bringing the flavor of Islamic finance. Okay. So despite the, in these books also, the majority of the chapter argue that Islamic finance need to reinterpret and integrate ESG through its own ethical concepts, such as the concept of al-ihsan, referring to the excellence, amana, trust, and also adli, justice. Okay, and then these books, in one of the chapter, like the Dean of Kuliah of Economic just now said, one of the chapter, if I'm not mistaken, also talk about Surah Al-Araf, ayah 7, verse 31. Eat and drink, but do not waste. Indeed, he doesn't not like the wasteful. So basically, this ayah basically talk us about the importance of the sustainability, which command to avoid the waste applies not only food and drink, but all form of consumption, including energy, natural resources, and financial resources. This is where the book's coming. You can get a lot of, literatures, the information pertaining to this information. And also this book, I believe, offer universal principle that both Muslim and non-Muslim can appreciate: moderation, stewardship, and responsibility, and also help to counter the modern culture of overconsumption and short-term profit, which often drive environmental degradations and unsustainable finance. So inshallah, I hope this book will definitely enrich the literature, and then will unlock other potential area which is not really explored in the field of Islamic finance. So, and then definitely the readers will benefit from this book. Okay, so that's all. Thanks to the Professor Farhad and also my team member and also chapter contributor. Without your collaborations, without your cooperation, definitely we can't complete this book on time and then get it published on time. And then another interesting good news about this book is this book has been indexed in the Scopus. So that's another good benefits. Okay. So, okay, that's all from my side. So now I would like to pass to Dr. Hasmi. Yeah, it's also another editor for this book. Dr. Hasmi, floor is yours.
Okay, thank you very much to Dr. Hasanuddin. I think most of my points is taken by Prof. Farhad, Prof. Gairu as a dean, and also Dr. Hasanuddin. Okay, I just try to revamp whatever has been mentioned by three of them. So basically, the story of this book is emerged as what Dr. Hassan mentioned just now. Basically, we try to put as a package, okay, for the to make it as a package in the edited book volume. This way we discuss with the Prof. Farhad and come up with this idea of this book. Okay, it's a quite long journey. It's close to 2 years. Okay, starting from the what they call, starting from the initial stages until the what they call to the last output. So basically, in this book, I try to summarize it, whereby we try to look at the role of the Islamic finance on the SDGs. Okay, and then we try to divide the subtopics according to the theories, practical sides, even in terms of the issues. And the last one is about the case studies as well. Okay. And then we hope that this book is not only used for the academic, but towards the end going to do also going to be useful for the policymakers and also some other industry players throughout the world. Okay, because we are basically we are receiving the what they call we are receiving the about 40 papers throughout the world, and then we just selected only 21 papers in which all of your papers are included. Okay. So that is my highlights for regarding this book. Thank you very much for all your contributions, particularly the chapter contributors. Okay, as what Tarsa mentioned, without your contribution, of course, this book is not successful. Okay, thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much, Dr. Asmi. Okay, and then the last editor, Professor Ishabati. Prof.
Assalamualaikum
Yeah.
warahmatullahi
Salam,
wabarakatuh.
Prof. Yeah.
Oh, this is one of the very hard work and put by Hasnuddin and my other three co-editors, particularly Farhad, Hasnuddin, Muhammad Azmi. MashaAllah, they did a great job at putting through this wonderful book. And this is a book just on time. It's a need of the day for Islamic finance sustainability scholars. In this book, we got 4 editors, 22 chapters, 63 authors all over the world who are expert in their field. And particularly, I would like to thank the hard work of the team led by Hasnuddin, yourself, mashallah, and also Farhad did a good job and Muhammad Asmi did an excellent job. Thank you so much. And I'm also thankful to nice to see face of Shahida Shemi, Anwar Allah Pichi, and Khairun Nisa Musari. Well, thank you for your wonderful comments and thank you for the support. May Allah bless all of you and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us a reward, all the contributors, and lead us to success in the dunya and akhirah. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Professor Farhad. Now we have come to the final agenda of the, today meeting. Prof. Farhad, I shall pass the floor to you for the lunch. Professor Farhad, yes. You are muted, Prof.
Okay, thank you very much. So with this, we reach to the end of this session, and it is our pleasure to launch the book. And now the book is available both in printed version and online. And also the contributors already received their electronic version. I hope it be useful for the researchers, scholars, practitioners, and so on. And hopefully we will have more works, and we also have other books related to Islamic finance, banking, and in the context of the sustainability. And later on, we will announce the future works. Thank you very much. So, Professor Hassanuddin, do you have the published version? Can you show the hard
Yes,
copy if you have
dear
here?
Prof.
Okay.
This is the published version of the books editors we received. Maybe, Dr. Asmi, your one maybe can be a clear one because my one, is it there?
Your background, the virtual
Yes,
background.
yes.
Okay, now it's clear. Okay.
Yeah, then Professor Aslam.
It's Professor
I
Khairul
want,
Nisa's Musari's background is of the book.
yes,
Yes,
yes.
yes.
Then yeah, that's the
Very
one.
Khubi
good.
Farad, Khubi, mashallah, Khubi.
Thank you very
Shukran.
much, Professor. I'm fine. شما خوبین؟
Khubi.
Thank you very much.
Hey, Prof,
Okay, thank you
sorry.
very much. Thanks to everyone for joining this meeting and looking forward to seeing you in the future events. Thank you and goodbye.
Okay, thank you. Assalamualaikum. Thanks to all the participants. We conclude the event. Thank you. Assalamualaikum.
Thank you, everyone.
Walaikum assalam wa rahmatullah.
Assalamualaikum.
Khuda Hafiz.
خدا حافظ. خدا حافظ.